sure. Yeah, that's my peoples, man. Ask for Pretty Tony. Tell him you know Midas. You're welcome. Let's go.
I'm giving you my cosign. You can use me as a reference. I'm giving you my cosign. You can use me as a reference. I'm giving you my cosign. You can use me as a reference. I'm giving you my cosign. You can use me as a reference. You don't have to pay me back. You don't owe me. Just tell them all that you know me, and it's all good.
Hey, it's always good. You know what I'm talking about? You heard?
Look, any outlet, I be the plug. Always wipe my feet on the rug before I enter any domain. Might be somewhere dropping your name.
That's flames. Everybody
hit the fire emoji. Everywhere I go, it gets lit. Making my money and making these hits.
making my bed.
You sleep where you lay. I created a player, you playing 2K. I'm cooling my skin, I don't care what you say. I'm tackling life like I'm Bobby Boucher.
Once I get my foot in,
I'ma leave the door open. Co-sign the same way I write these songs, and I write these wrongs. I'm giving you my cosign. You can use me as a reference. I'm giving you my cosign. You can use me as a reference.
Yes. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back from Thanksgiving holiday hiatus. Yeah, today is Tuesday, December 2nd. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for episode, what are we on, 151?
151.
Not that Puerto Rican rum, though. Yeah. But welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 151. Yeah, we trust and pray and hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving break. Hopefully you threw your leftovers out by Sunday. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're still eating leftovers on Tuesday? A week later almost. Okay. All right. Well, we don't judge. This is a judgment-free zone. So if you're still eating leftovers,
I had a guy tell
it's
me
a blessing.
yesterday. I had a guy tell me yesterday he was still eating his leftovers. He said it was going to be turkey soup.
Oh, okay. So
soup
he found out different ways. He's come up with different ways to revamp.
Yeah, from turkey sandwiches to turkey soup.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
What up, Matt?
Yeah, however you got to flip it. Okay, my brother's here. Smooth Sales is in the house. One of our early first initial guests. Smooth Sales, ladies and gentlemen. Considering it's holiday time, check him out. My mother's here representing the Our Power community. Perfect attendance. Still intact. I appreciate my family always supporting and hanging out with us every week. Who else is here? Don't be shy, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to say hello. We'll give you a quick shout out before we get into the proceedings. Thank you guys for spending your lunchtime with us, not counting it robbery, to come hang out. Whether you're watching us on Facebook, you're watching us on YouTube, or you're catching the replay, whether it be Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or if you're joining us on Twitch. Feel free to say hello. Mr. Juan Velasquez, the travel people in the house.
Puerto Rican 151, that's right.
That was the episode 151. Yeah, it's only right. Shout out to him, man. He just dropped a new episode of his podcast in collaboration with the All About Nothing.
It is officially on the YouTube channel just as of about 15 minutes ago on the Travel People Podcast YouTube channel. And it'll be up on the Spotify and Apple. After this show is over, we'll finish uploading.
Yes.
I had to stop the upload because I didn't want to cause any latency,
any confusion
with the broadcast. If starts, computers start running slow when I'm doing too many different things. So
gotcha.
After we're done, then I'll finish uploading it onto the Spotify. But it is on the Travel People Podcast YouTube channel right now. Special episode with Barrett Gruber. It was a crossover.
Yeah.
A crossover podcast with the All
nice
About
little
Nothing,
collaboration.
The All About Nothing pod. So,
and both of them have been guests on our platform as well. So that's what we like to see. Shout out to Natalia, former guest of our platform as well, multi-instrumentalist. Yeah. You doing great. You're doing great. Just keep on coming through every Tuesday. It's that Blue Tiger 6806. What's up?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, welcome. I'm not
Thanks
sure
for joining. Thanks for
individually
joining
who that
us.
might be, but yeah, thank you for joining. Juan, you double dipping on YouTube. That's like biting your chicken tender and dipping it back in the sauce. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
That's all right. He's watching on. He's
You
watching
know?
on 2 different TVs. That's right. Get the ratings up. I like it.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And before we proceed, we want to remind everybody, not only do we have No Shortcuts, the community on Facebook, what we also have our No Shortcuts, the podcast page. Take a moment, if you can minimize your screen and go ahead and check that out. No Shortcuts, the
Yeah.
podcast. We have all type of shorts and video clips and things that
Go ahead
promote
and
the
hit that subscribe
podcast
while you're here. Hit that subscribe
specifically.
while you're here.
Yeah, hit the subscribe too while you.
If you're watching on the Facebook page, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're watching
Yeah,
on the YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe. Leave some
yeah. Engagement
comments,
matters.
rating, review it. Leave some reviews too. We don't have any reviews
Yeah,
on there, so that'll be nice.
engagement matters, ladies and gentlemen. And we can't do this by ourselves, as I often say. Yes, DJ Famous and I are the faces of this platform. But yeah. But this is a community effort. We're all doing this together, ladies and gentlemen. So we appreciate all of you guys' unwavering support for the last 4 years, and let's do 4 more. Let's instead of we may go to doctorate school on them. Let's do 8 years,
That'll
8-year
be cool.
bid. Yeah.
Hey,
But we're
some
glad
people
to be
finish
back.
early.
They do.
I think my wife is gonna finish getting her degree in world record time. She'll be Dr. Giselle. And
Hey, gotta love it, man. We're rooting
takes
for her
everybody
as
else
well, man.
2 years. She'll get it done in 6 months.
Hey, all right. Hey, when you're advanced, you're
Valedictorian, too.
advanced. Hey, we got to speak it into the atmosphere.
That's right.
Absolutely. Yeah, man.
What was Thanksgiving
So shall
like
we?
over there in the Hardison households?
Man, it was great. Just to give you the abbreviated version, just like last year when we talked to Barrett, I had the whole week off. When Barrett was like, "Well, I didn't take the whole week off." And then he was like, "What did you do?" I took the whole week off.
The whole week.
But that's just the way the schedule fell, man. Didn't have it besides my church duties on last Sunday, but it was great. My son was out of school the whole week. And we went to my parents' home on Thursday, about middle of the afternoon. My sister was there. Of course, mom and dad was there. My sister, my brother-in-law, and my Aunt Flo. My brother was out of town with his family doing a big old family vacation at this big cabin-like thing in Pigeon Forge, man. They were doing it up, so we missed them. Yeah.
That's where we were. We should have hooked up.
Oh, yeah. He was there, man, I want maybe Wednesday night until maybe Tuesday, Wednesday night until like Tuesday. Friday.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I missed you, man.
Yeah, y'all could have done. He had a whole itinerary sheet. Y'all could have found some kind of common ground.
I know. We did all the things. We did the go-karts. We did all the things out there. That was cool. Yeah, it would have been nice to see Brother Matt.
Yeah, so we missed him and his family on Thanksgiving, but nonetheless, man, it was great. My mom, of course, made sure me and my son came back with some leftovers. And shout out to my neighbor Larry, because he might be watching this. He watches sometimes. He and his wife sent me a plate downstairs. So whatever, so thankful for that, man. I appreciate that. Is that my dad there? Yeah, my dad. Okay. DJ 83.
What up, homie?
Yeah. Oh, Smoky Mountains. Okay. So yeah, we appreciate everybody. Hey, Dad. Yeah, we had a wonderful time. Dad was putting me on the different colognes and shoes. With sending me the link to Macy's and telling me about the emails and we were looking around and yeah, we had a good time, man. Always good to rejuvenate, catch some R&R with the family. It's always like a opportunity to recharge, and reflect and all of those things that go along with that.
Yeah. For sure.
What about yours?
Sure. Yeah, we did the Pigeon 4 thing like Matt Hardison did.
Yeah. Okay.
We went Tuesday after we got the kids out of school a little early. They had a half a day Tuesday anyway, but we skipped the Thanksgiving lunch at the school and just picked them up a little early and just headed on to Pigeon Forge Tuesday, and we got back Sunday evening. But yeah, did the same thing, man. We rented a cabin out there and we didn't do any cooking for Thanksgiving. We did so like my wife and I for our wedding anniversary every year. We would go to the same restaurant, no matter where we are.
Yeah, happy
Pigeon
anniversary
Forge.
to you
Thank you.
guys,
Yeah, it's
by the
coming up
way. Yeah,
tomorrow.
I
It's
saw
coming
your
up
post.
tomorrow.
Okay.
And we go to the same restaurant, whether it be in Pigeon Forge and Columbia and Asheville and Charlotte, wherever we are around that time of the year, we'll end up going to this restaurant for our anniversary because we went the night we got married. And so
nice.
this year, with it being so close to Thanksgiving anyway, we decided the kids might be old enough to let them enjoy in this festivity as well. So that's what we did for
Make it a
Thanksgiving.
family thing.
We went to
Nice.
our restaurant for Thanksgiving and had dinner there. But then we got to do all the Pigeon Forge stuff. We did it's something I've never done before.
What's that?
I've never done this.
Yeah.
Black Friday shopping.
Oh, okay. Okay. How did you like it?
Working in retail, I was always Black Friday
On the
selling
other end.
all those years.
Yeah.
I was in the mall at 6 o'clock in the morning working, but this
crazy.
year, we was right there at the outlets. They opened at 6 a.m. and my wife, we needed to get some shopping done for the kids and all that kind of stuff. So we said, let's see if we can handle these outlets at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Wait.
And we ended up getting there, maybe about 6:30, and it was packed. It was packed. And people said, some of the store workers saying that people had gotten there from like 5 o'clock, 5:30 to start. Go ahead and get in because the parking lot was a madhouse. We ended up parking at I think it was Outback Steakhouse or Longhorn, a little bit away.
Across the street somewhere.
Yeah. So we weren't in the mall park. We weren't in the outlet. We weren't in the outlet parking lot, but that made it a little bit better. But yeah, it was a madhouse in the outlet at 6:30 in the morning. Hey, Anita, nice to see you. Thanks for joining
Anita
us.
Morris, Simply Sweet Ice Cream and Catering. That's out in Tennessee too. We just talking about, we spoke her up. We just talking about Famous and my brother being in Pigeon Forge. And here you go. Okay.
And yes, there is a Nike outlet in Pigeon Forge. We went to that. We did the Under Armour. We did all the things. We pretty much got a lot of stuff done. Got a lot of our shopping done. Then we ended up going back to the outlet again Saturday, like a little bit later on in the day. So it wasn't quite as bad. But we did the thing where we parked at the go-kart place because we was doing the go-kart thing. So we just parked there and then walked over to the outlet.
And then go back over to the go, because where we going to end up anyway.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We had the all-day pass, so we were just able to go, chill out, have some lunch, come back and do some more go-kart. So everybody had a good time. That's pretty much going to be our, we don't do the traditional Thanksgiving turkeys and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of our Thanksgiving
vacation.
Tradition.
And, everybody got their way of doing things, somewhere. Man. Absolutely.
Juan says he went to Winter Park, Florida to visit his son. Yeah, he's at
Full shout out to John.
Full Sail University.
And he's studying music theory and composition. Yeah, guitar, keyboard. I'm all about that, Juan. Yeah, shout out to him and shout out to the boss lady also, as well as Juan and the Travel People, as well as the Travel People podcast.
No, we didn't see any bears. We didn't see any bears, but there's
barely
there's warnings everywhere about the bears and be careful for the bears and what to do if you see the bears. Don't feed the bears. So we didn't see any bears this go around. But I want to. I think my wife says we were driving back and she saw a bear. It was unfortunately, I think it got hit by a car or something because it was on the side of the highway. I missed it, but I hadn't even seen that before. Myra's here. What's up, Myra? Good to see you.
Myra, former guest of the platform. Welcome.
Wow.
Some of you guys been hiding. It's great to see you come back through, and because we ain't going nowhere. Just in case you forgot, we here live every Tuesday, unless we notify you. But more than likely, we're here live every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No shortcuts with Midas and Fame. My aunt is here. Aunt Flo is here. Ty's daughter is here. Okay, yeah. That must mean it's about time to move forward.
Yes, time to get on with the show, man. We do have a nice guest today. I will let you do the intros.
Yeah. Hey, Aunt Flo, love you. Love my family. Thank y'all. Okay. So my brother was I had spoken to my brother, when we did our last episode, before we took the break because of, thank you, Matt. Matt, speaking of my brother, because we knew it was Black Friday coming up and everybody's going to get into the shopping. He had an appointment, and then we had a guest that was supposed to be on today, got pushed to next week. So I hit my brother back like, you would still want to come on? He's like, well, I could, but I got somebody else that I want to give the opportunity to. And our
Look
guest
at that.
today is a young lady. Yeah, so my brother does vendor markets and different things, and they met each other doing the local markets and being vendors. And she's an entrepreneur. She does creative designs. Matter of fact, her business, she is the owner of Creative Designs by Ty. She makes tombstones, welcome signs, assortment of wood decor, personalized items, unique sorority and fraternity signs, stovetop covers, and much more. We're going to get to know all about her and all of the things she has going on with her business today and how you guys can be a part of supporting her
Hey,
business. But without any further ado, ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen, you
yeah.
can make some noise
Please do.
at work if you can in your cubicle. Put your tuna fish sandwich down for a second. Free your hands up while we make some noise on the screen for none other than Miss Tay Oree.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello,
Hey,
hello.
hey there, Ty. How you
Yeah.
doing?
Fine, and yourself?
Doing well. Thanks for
Yeah,
joining
we're
with us
great.
today.
We're great. Yeah, and like I was saying, you came highly recommended by my brother Matt. So we're gonna let you give the people, the audience, a little inside scoop about my brother and smooth sales real quick before we get into your things.
Yes, yes. Give us some dirt about Matt Hardison.
Yeah. He is a really good guy. Like Matt really pushes and inspires. Like some days I don't
Uh-huh.
feel like it. He's like, come
Hmm.
on, like you never know. So I appreciate him. I appreciate the friendship and just
Yeah.
like, him, he's definitely a go-getter. Like
Uh-huh.
definitely.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. I figured I would just allow you to share a little behind the scenes tidbit, and that's what we where we come from. Both of our parents, we were exposed to the idea of entrepreneurship at an early age, and as going through life, we've kind of found our own little niches, for lack of a better term, as far as to be entrepreneurs ourselves. So it's so great to have you
Thank
join with us today, and so we can have an opportunity to learn more about you and your business. But first, I would like to ask you, as we ask all of our guests, tell us where you were born and raised, and tell us a little bit about your childhood and early upbringing.
So I am from Wichita, Kansas, born and raised,
Hey.
went to school there. I've
Oh,
been in South
Kansas.
Carolina for about 33 years.
Okay.
But Wichita, Kansas.
Uh huh.
I'm my dad's oldest child and my mom's it's my mom had 7 kids and
Okay.
I'm her third daughter. So my mom, we have four siblings that's deceased. It's just three of us
Oh,
left, three girls,
okay.
and I'm the oldest
Condolences.
of the
Uh
three.
huh.
Thank you. Um, just like the matriarch of our family,
Yeah.
definitely the fill the shoes of the big sister role.
Hmm.
Yes.
I
Yes.
have 5 kids, one biological, two
Uh huh.
through my marriage, and two from my baby sister. So I
Okay.
have her oldest daughter and living with me, which is on Shayla, and
Uh
then her
huh.
baby girl lives with me. I've
Kudos.
had the baby girl since she was
There's
9.
Shayla.
She's 24 now. And
Hi,
then Shayla's
Shayla. Okay.
27. Everybody thinks she's like 13, 14, but she's 27.
Oh, she got the young look.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
Okay, that's great, and kudos to you for, I guess, stepping up in that situation.
Oh yeah.
That's what
Hmm.
family is all about, and my
Yeah.
parents often told us, love is an action word. I can tell you, I love you all I want to, but it's shown through the
Oh
actions, and
yes.
I think, yeah, you've
Yes.
definitely shown love through those type of actions.
Hmm.
Just to backtrack a little bit, when growing up, in you were in how long? How to what age were you in Kansas?
So I was in Kansas till I was 18 and I moved to South
Okay.
Carolina when I was 18.
Okay.
Oh,
And I've
what
been
your
here.
yeah. Well, I was just gonna say, what were some of your hobbies and interests and things you were into as a youth, growing up in
I was not
Kansas?
a good girl.
You were
I was
not.
not a good girl growing. I was not. I was
Careful,
not a
your
good
kids are
Okay.
girl.
watching. Your
Um,
kids are watching. Be careful.
I know. Well, I mean, we talked about it.
Okay, they
I
already know.
wasn't a
Okay.
bad
Okay.
girl like that, but I wasn't a
Yeah.
good girl. Had a
Uh-huh.
lot of mouth and a lot of attitude. Still got a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
that, but
Yeah.
yeah. I've been on my own actually since I was 15. I'm 55 now.
Mm.
Oh,
My
awesome.
dad's sister helped me get my first apartment, put it in her name, my bills and everything in her name.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her I wouldn't let her down. She's up in
Yeah.
heaven, and I know she's
Yeah.
smiling down. Because
Yeah.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
rough. I was a little hard head.
Mm-hmm.
Just just kind of living a fast life, following everybody else. But once I turned
Mm-hmm.
18, I was just like, okay, it's gonna make a difference. I can
Mhm.
either, go and be free, or I can be behind bars or dead or
Yeah. You don't
something.
want.
And
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, nope, I want to go down the right road. So
Yeah. You want
still
to go
was
down the
kind of
right
when I
path.
moved here, still was kind of with the wrong crowds,
Well, let me stop you.
for
Let me
Mm-hmm.
some
stop you
reason
for a second. What was it that brought you from Kansas to South Carolina?
to South Carolina. So my son's father, I
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
met him and we were like visiting. Well, I was visiting. I would come back and forth, and
Mm-hmm.
then one day
Uh-huh.
I was like, "I'ma come,"
Mm-hmm.
and I
Yeah.
came and didn't go back, and I
There you
wouldn't
go.
go
Uh,
back. Like I love it here, um,
yeah. That's cool.
and I've
That's
been here
cool.
ever since.
Yeah. Well, and I could simplify this since you weren't a good girl. Did you like cooking? Did you like music? I can help you out a little
Music,
bit.
um, I did. I've always loved to cook. I mean, I like
Okay.
to eat.
Uh-huh.
And
Me too.
never really. Just kind of like was around the wrong people, but didn't always engage, but didn't, I guess, was at a point where, hey, these are supposed to be friends. So, if they doing it, like
Oh
I might
yeah.
be in the back seat, but I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
once I, really until I had my son, still just kind of like was that, friend that if you need me, like I'm there, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's good or
Mm-hmm.
bad, I'm
Ride or
there.
Yeah.
die.
But then once I had my son, I knew that, I didn't want to be separated from him. So I wasn't doing it. I
Yes.
mean, that my son, I tell him all the time, like he doesn't realize how much he's given me, how much he's
Yeah.
taught me. Um,
Yeah.
and just the bond that we have, I know that I
Mm-hmm.
done, the right thing. Like
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
son is
Yeah.
32, and he's a
Okay.
mama's boy, and we can talk about
Ah.
anything. He's an entrepreneur as well. He works for himself in
Hey.
Well,
Florence.
shout him out real quick. Shout him
JB's
out real quick.
JB's Auto Transportation and Repair.
There you go.
Just
Uh-huh.
like his mom, self-taught. Um,
Yeah.
knew what he wanted and went for it, and I stand behind him
Yeah.
10 toes.
And him probably seeing you do it probably gave him the
Yeah,
courage and inspiration to go ahead. See, it's about, I guess, access and sometimes seeing it, especially from a loved one, whether it's your parent or aunt, uncle, whatever,
yeah,
and that kind of helps plant those seeds sometimes for the next generation to go ahead and take that leap of faith. That's awesome.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And that's
yeah.
even my daughter, Shayla. She's my daughter slash niece. I don't say niece because that's my baby.
Yes.
Same thing. Like I own a daycare, and Shayla runs it. So she
Oh,
definitely loves
really?
kids, and her thing is to have her own daycare one day, and she wants to do. She likes to bake, so she wants to own
Ah,
her own bakery.
yeah.
She's a little
Yeah.
shy, but
Yeah,
she's gonna
no, it
get
can
there.
happen
It's all right. That's
because
what
you
my
already
daughter
got there. So
does.
that's what I was gonna say. Famous, one of your daughters is into baking and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
into baking. A little bit shy as well, but
Yeah.
she went through college. She went to Johnson and Wells and got her degree, and now she's out there working. But if she wants to,
Okay.
open her own, have her own business at some point too.
Yes.
Yeah. And so you said you own a daycare. You own a daycare,
Yes.
so it's not you're not just
In-home
limited.
daycare.
Yeah, but
No.
that's great.
I've
Yeah.
had my daycare since 2012.
Mm.
Hmm.
Um, and Shayla's been running it for probably I think the last 3 years, pretty much.
And that's in
Um,
Florence as well,
Columbia. Well, we
in
live in
Columbia.
Elgin.
Mm.
Oh, and L.
Yeah,
Okay, I
we live
assume because
in
my brother
Elgin.
lived. Okay, what's the
Yeah.
name of your daycare? We got to shout that out too.
Ty's Precious Ones
Uh,
Childcare.
all
Yeah.
right, and
We're
that's
almost
Ty spelled
neighbors.
Tay, right?
Yes, yes,
See, Matt, I got it, Matt. He was helping me with the pronunciation. I was saying Tay originally. He
yeah.
was like, no, it's
The A is silent. It's supposed to have the hyphen over it, but I dropped it years ago because I'm like, well,
Mhm.
I got to make that little mark. So,
Mhm.
yeah,
so I have
yeah,
to
hey,
correct people all the time.
yeah. So I guess it's just a matter if you like correcting people.
Right.
Yeah. Like I've
I
been
did make
Bizzle
me some
all my
new
life.
business cards, and on my new ones, I took the A out and just did TY
Make it
because,
easier.
yeah,
There you go.
Yeah,
yes,
That's why I thought
no
it was
man.
a typo in the text message. It was TY, and I was like, "Oh, let me fix that and put TAY." So it would have been good either way. Is what you're telling me.
yes,
All right.
yes.
We
What
would have
what
said it
were
right.
what were some of the like jobs that you had that eventually
Mm,
you got to saying, "I'm not working for anybody else anymore. I need to do my own businesses." But what was the path before you got to the daycare and
yeah.
owning your own businesses? What were some of the other jobs and maybe some of the frustrations with those jobs that led you to, want to do your own things?
Okay, so like I said in the beginning, my mom had 7 kids. My
Hmm.
mom lost 2 boys and 2 girls. I was the first one of my mother's 7 kids to make it to the age of 40. So when I turned 40, I was like, I'm not working. I'm not punching nobody's clock after I turn 50. Like, I'm gonna
Hmm.
give 10 more and
Hmm.
that's it. And
Hmm.
so, from an early age, I knew that I wanted to work for myself. I didn't want to always, punch somebody's clock. So
Hmm.
as I was a retail manager for Corner Pantry, and then a customer came in there one day, Frank Uziak. I will never forget him. And
Frank.
he was the regional manager for Pet Boys. I
Hmm.
know a little
Ah,
bit because my dad owned his own auto shop when we were young. That's where we grew up
okay.
in, being dirty in there with my daddy.
The
And
mechanic
so,
shop. Yeah.
yeah. And so Frank was like, I need you on my team. And I was already kind of like up in the air, like, man, I kind of want to do something different. Never worked in, knew nothing about no parts or anything like that.
Hmm.
So he
Uh-huh.
said, if you give me a chance to train you, I'll give you a chance to, run my store. So I
Wow.
did. Went to Rock Hill for 30 days
Oh, that's where
and
I am.
trained up there at the
Hmm.
Pep Boys. And then I
Oh
came
yeah.
back and I started out at the Pep Boys on Broad River Road. First time, most money I had ever made, no training,
Hmm.
$72,000 a year.
Hmm.
Come on now.
And
Let me get 5 of them real
did
quick.
that, for a long time. And then I
Yeah.
decided I went to left there. Well, I was doing end up working at Check and Go part time, just
Okay.
helping a friend out because she was short. And
Uh-huh.
so I got sick and couldn't really work. Just had a lot of health problems, and that was in
Mm,
2003. And
okay.
so end up in the hospital for a little while. And so once I came back home, I was like, I just really don't want to be stressed no more, but still was working,
Hmm.
still worked at
Yeah.
I stopped. I end up giving a 2 weeks notice for Pep Boys because it was more stressful, and went
Hmm.
full time with the Check and
The
Go.
check place.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And so it was the store manager. 2 weeks after I went full time, I ended up getting my own store. And so I did that until, one day I decided I really want to move forward. And my girlfriend was in my ear like Matt B all the time, with
Yeah,
opening
man.
my own daycare. And
Yeah.
so I end up opening my daycare in 2012. And from there, um, I mean, went from making, a bunch of money to only $1,000 a month, but I still
Hmm.
had that little mustard seed of faith.
That's all
And
you
my
need.
husband, was like, I got us. He works with he's a major with the City of Columbia Police Department, so I wasn't worried
Okay.
about, any bills or anything like that.
Hmm.
Um, so then, going forward, daycare was doing good.
Uh-huh.
July the 8th, 2018, I had a stroke
Hmm.
and
Oh,
couldn't do anything. I was in the hospital for 2 months, end up being
okay.
in Encompass inpatient for a little over 3 months, and I was in a wheelchair for
Wow.
you know a little over a year, and then went to the
Hmm.
walker, and then I started back walking on my own with no assistance or anything in August of
God is
2020.
good.
Hey.
So I mean
August,
2021.
August, August of 2021. Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
And from there, that's how I started the crafting. Because in there, trying to get my mobilities and everything back, we start,
Mm.
trying to write my name on a little small block and stuff. And
Yeah.
so when I got home, I ended up making a welcome sign for myself. And
Mm.
one of my neighbors saw it and she stopped and asked me who did it. And I was like, I did. So I ended up making one for her as a gift. And from
Yeah.
there, I just started getting the calls and just
Mm.
started out with welcome signs. Then I went to noodle boards. My son's mother, her grandmother wanted a noodle board, and somebody made it,
Uh-huh.
and it did come out like she wanted it. So I made her noodle board, and from there,
Hmm.
at the flea market, it just
Yeah.
started, one thing led to another, and I started doing even more stuff. And then think about, I've been doing tombstones now for about 3 years, about, yeah,
Okay.
probably about 2.5, 3 years. We
Hmm.
started out with just flat stones, and now we do stand up stones, we do designer stones. And
Hmm.
having my husband, be on board helping me, you
Support.
know,
Yeah.
the support is, I mean, it just makes it easier.
It helps.
So
Yeah.
much easier just to have, that
Hmm.
same, we're, and that's our goal. To just, well, my goal is, he did retire and he ended up going back. They begged him to come back, and so he's been back in law
Wow.
enforcement now about 7 months, I think.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
But our whole goal is to, find a building and just work for ourselves. I mean, he loves
Yeah.
policing,
Uh-huh.
and I love the fact now he's still doing, policing, but he's not having to go out on the streets,
Yeah. Okay.
or
So
whatnot.
he could do it from where he is, phone calls,
Yeah,
text, email. No, that's it.
yeah.
That's an awesome story. Matt probably learned something about you just now, I would assume. I don't know if you had
Mhm.
shared all of that with them, but see, you never know what people go through as far as their journey is concerned. I think Juan said something a while ago. I was looking, says, I love this story so much is where we end up, not how we
Oh
started.
yeah,
So
yeah. And that's
and it's a
I told
journey.
Matt literally yesterday. I was telling Matt, like, when I sit down sometimes and I look at myself, I'm like, I definitely don't look like what I've been through, what I dealt
Uh-huh.
with, and where, the hurdles and stuff that I had to jump over, and to get to this point. Now, I sleep good. I
Yeah.
don't stress, and
Yeah.
that's part of, I was telling you before we came on, like, I've always
Uh-huh.
wanted to speak to young girls and speak to women, more
Yeah.
so, to just let them know, like, if you put your mind to it and give it your
Uh-huh.
all, self-love, do it for you, you can
Yes.
be anything and go anywhere that you want to go.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
being that, letting my little sisters see, as well as my nieces see
Mm-hmm.
that, you can do it, and to have,
Yeah.
a man, in your life, a husband, that really cares, and
Mm-hmm. And
they get to
supports.
see what real love is,
Yeah.
versus, just feeling like you have to stay somewhere and you can't do, if you got a dream, you can't fulfill it. You can. I mean, if
Yeah.
you put your mind
Yeah.
to it, it's not going to be easy. And my walk hasn't been easy, but I was
It's,
determined and I wasn't going to give
Mhm.
up.
Mhm.
yeah. And if it was easy, everybody could do it.
Right.
Yeah.
There's got to
Yeah.
be some separation, like
Yeah.
for those that
Yeah.
actually desire and go after it, besides those that just sit home and think about it, type of thing. There's some separation. So, yeah, if it was easy, everybody would be able to do it. But it takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication, and to have the support of a significant other or spouse or what have you is always helpful when it comes to our dreams and our visions and things
Mhm.
that we
Mhm.
want to
Mhm.
accomplish for ourselves. That's awesome.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
we might have another no shortcuts connection to make, because you just mentioned, mentoring young girls and other women, and I know that's something that Myra does as well. She was in the comments earlier. I
Oh,
don't know if she's still
Myra,
watching,
is
but
she still here?
she does a lot of things with women empowerment, and especially
Uh-huh.
women in
Okay.
business. So check out Myra De Leon. I'm gonna put her back on the screen so you can, and I put her
Yeah,
info in the chat as
that's
well. I
her
put her
Facebook.
social. I'll put her social
Yeah,
media in the
Uh,
chat as well, so you can check her
one
out.
of the daughters, write that down. One of
okay.
the daughters,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you guys
Maybe
could
y'all
you
can
could make sure you
connect.
friend her after we get done.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah, man, that's
Yes,
put it
awesome.
on
Man,
the
we
most
put
screen.
definitely.
There we go.
and we put some of your works up on the screen. And again, as I said in the intro, you make tombstones, welcome signs, wood decor, personalized items, sorority, fraternity signs,
Hmm.
stovetop covers, all of this type stuff. So, hey, ladies and gentlemen, with it being holiday time,
Yeah.
you might want a personalized item. If not for yourself, you might want to gift someone, a loved
Hmm.
one, a friend, a family member, So be sure. We're going to let you give your contact information here in a little bit, Ty, for those that want to reach out
Okay.
to you. Oh, let's do it now since we're already talking about it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Your business
So
page or your personal page, website, whatever you want to share.
I'm gonna get better. I'm not good with social media, so it's always better to call me or text me. I'm slow with the text and too, but I do check it. And social media, I
I don't
mean,
know
you
why I
send me
laugh.
something on
She making me laugh.
Messenger. Um, I mean, it may be, a couple weeks on Messenger before I see it, but can
Yeah.
always reach out via phone,
Okay.
803-397-7527.
Yeah.
And
Want to put
Messenger,
that
you
up
can
there.
send a message on the Facebook, but it'll be delayed.
Yeah, and serious,
I'm getting better.
serious.
I'm getting better.
Yeah, and I just want to disclaim serious inquiries only, ladies and gentlemen. Don't take this as an opportunity to play around. This is business. I just want to say
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
as a representative of the No Shortcuts community for anybody who sees this live or replay. Serious inquiries only.
And where is
We
your
appreciate you.
where's the physical location? Where's the spot where you actually set up shop?
Florence Flea Market.
There we
I don't
go.
know the address, but
When it,
it's
That's all
the
right.
Florence Flea Market I think
Matt could put it
Palmetto.
in there. Matt will put it in there.
Yeah,
But
Matt
what
will put
what
it in.
days are you there
Saturday and Sunday.
Hmm.
and what times?
All
I'm not
day.
as early as Matt. I try to get there. Lately I've been doing 10. I normally get
Uh-huh.
there about 10 because it's an hour drive for me.
Ah,
So
yes.
I try to leave, home at least by 9. I've
Hmm.
gotten
Okay.
better because I used to not get there till 11:30.
Ah,
But
yeah. You got to
I'm
catch
there,
that
and
early crowd.
yeah, I'm there
Yeah.
until,
We
it
out to
starts. We
spend.
start to like pack about 4:30. The flea market closes at 5. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
Cassandra says
yeah.
she not lying. You
You
better
better
call.
call. Don't hit the Facebook, please.
Hey,
Don't hit the
listen.
Facebook.
We're gonna get her better though on the Facebook too,
There we
because
go.
I
at the end
am.
of the day, you wanna cover all of these things, and you don't want to miss your opportunities on the. So you
Hmm.
might just have to delegate somebody to do that part for you.
Hmm.
Yes,
Yep.
I definitely
Yeah,
need to.
Yeah. One
yeah,
of your
because
girls
it's
could be
probably
your
money
social
just
media
sitting there.
manager.
Yeah,
Yes,
Matt put the address up there, 4001 East Palmetto Street.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's at the Florence Flea Market
Yep. Yep.
every Saturday, Sunday.
Hmm.
Is that right?
yes, Saturday and
Saturday
Sunday.
and Sunday.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah. If y'all want to
So
check out some of these designs, please do. Go ahead, Fame.
Shura, I think I know the answer to this, but what's your most popular line or things that you're selling these days?
The tombstones.
That's what I thought it was going
I
to
would
be.
Yeah.
say
That's what
the
I thought it was going
tombstone.
to be.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Wow.
So
and
Yeah.
did that
And
come
definitely
and
about?
my nephew. We just lost him in June. 23
condolences.
years
God have
old, and
mercy.
so I've been wanting to do the color photos, and so I actually brought that out with my
Hmm.
nephew, and I think it's one of the stone that's actually in the photo.
That one
That's
there,
my
Hmm.
baby sister's
man.
son.
I'm so
And
sorry to hear
so
that. Wow.
definitely since I put that out, it's and or offered a different style of stones as well now. I
Looks
would
nice.
definitely say the two stones. And then from there I
Okay.
would say the fraternity and sorority stuff.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I,
Yes.
I imagine football is pretty huge too, huh?
Oh yeah, right now I'm really like the trophies that you see
Hmm.
in the photo as well as the helmets. And
Uh-huh.
I do all kind of I personalize anything that my husband and I make can be personalized as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's nice. I see you got the Dallas Cowboys thing with the boots. You do the
It's a
boots
Yeah,
lot.
it
too
was
and all of that.
cool.
It's a lot of
Yes,
Okay.
cowboy stuff on that page, man. There's a lot of
Clock.
cowboy
yes.
stuff. I had to just pick
This
one.
girl
Yeah.
is a Cowboys fan.
Oh, so she's a cow. Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah, anything
America's
that I
team.
make first is made with Cowboys.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let
Except
me ask you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, obviously starting with the welcome signs and the wood things, and then moving into those tombstones. Did you do the tombstone first because you were doing it for someone that you knew, or did a customer come to you with that, and then you learn how to do it based on that?
no, so I'm a daddy's girl.
Mm-hmm.
And when my dad passed, my dad is cremated. My dad's upstairs in our family room. I
Hmm.
actually wanted to do a memorial for my dad. So I actually had done it originally on a cinder block.
Mm-hmm.
And so one
Oh.
day I came home and my husband was like, "You want to do something different?" And I was like, "Yeah." So he started researching first. And I always wanted,
Mm.
I told him that I wanted an actual headstone for my dad in, my memorial little
Yes.
garden for my dad because at the time it was
Hmm.
just him. Um,
Hmm.
and so my husband started doing research, and then he was like, "Are you ready to spend the money for the machine?" And I'm like,
Mm.
"Yeah, because if I make my dad, then I can display it like and
Mm-hmm.
start doing more." So
Yeah.
then I made my dad's. Then my cousin
Hmm.
had got killed in Virginia, and so I gifted a plaque to on ceramic to one of his daughters, and then I did a stone. I did
Mm.
the black granite tombstone for my cousin, and
Okay.
from there, even at when they actually had it set up at the funeral, and so even from there, people started asking me like,
Mm-hmm.
"Who did that?" And I'm like, Dana and I.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Ah.
just, just being able to, tombstones are very expensive.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
just being able to give back and let people
Hmm.
be able to have that final resting place for their loved ones,
Hmm.
being able to walk out there without the little plaque that they give you that
Mm-hmm.
eventually
Right.
ends up getting lost.
Yeah.
So being able to
Hmm.
have affordable tombstones that people can, get
Yeah.
to put, on their loved one's grave. And then from there,
Hmm.
we started out with just the flat stones, and then we
Hmm.
started, researching, resourcing, and the company that we get the stones from now. By the time we paid to have the added stone cut to make it stand up, we just decided
Right.
to go with another company. So now we do a thicker stone as well as different state. Like we got some hearts. We're doing a football helmet one now.
Wow.
So
Okay.
pretty much any design that we want, we send over to the company that we actually get our stones from now, and she cuts
Uh-huh.
whatever style.
Nice.
Like if we want a
Wow.
football, she'll cut it. If we want
Nice
a
collaboration.
house, she'll cut it. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So and
Yeah,
we're
that's
as long
amazing.
as we can, we buy in bulk so that we can keep our prices, affordable and,
Reasonable. Yeah.
reasonable for customers to be able to purchase for their loved ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's great. Because somebody might be in the market for looking for some of these type of things. So the key word is affordable, ladies and
Mm-hmm.
gentlemen.
Yes.
Yvonne says
Yeah.
this is a
We
great
like it.
opportunity for anyone whose businesses DJ, host, have pop ups or other to get a yeah. Oh yeah, thanks Juan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you need a sign for your business, yeah, Juan
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
Yes.
excellent. He's always forward thinking. Wow, that's amazing. And again, it's holiday time. You might be looking for a gift for yourself or for a friend, family member, or
Mm-hmm.
loved one. So she has a lot of things that you can have customized.
So for people
It's
that's not
awesome.
in or around Florence, they can call the number and talk to you and
Yeah.
place an order. Call the
And I
number.
do ship.
Yeah, there we
Oh,
go.
she's shipping. It does shipping, and if you want to follow her on social media, it's Tay Oree, Tay. Excuse me, I said Oree. I think I said Oree, but Oree. Let me get the correct pronunciation. Tayoree, and then you have Creative Designs by Ty.
Yes.
Tay.
Yes.
There we go. Yeah, man. Is there anything that
And
we
then
didn't
my
uncover?
Facebook page is Ty One of a Kind Oree. So that's
That's
my
right, one of
personal.
a kind.
Yes,
Hmm.
Ty One of a
Yeah.
Kind Oree.
Yes, right. We got the one of a kind in there. Uh-huh. And they calling you the goat over in the comments.
Yeah.
You know what
Hey.
that means, right? It's the greatest of all
No, but
time.
I've heard it. Yeah, I've heard it. But and I've seen like some people like I'm like, okay. The other day the guy was like, "You the goat," and I'm like,
Hmm.
"Okay, yep, I'm the goat."
Yeah.
That's what it means, the
And it's
greatest
crazy
of
because
all
I've
time.
never looked it up. So okay, yeah, that's me. I'm the
Yeah,
goat.
that's
If you
what it
ask if
means,
you ask
man.
LL Cool J, he'll say that he created that term, and I believed it for
Yeah,
about
that
20 years. But then I found out it was actually Muhammad Ali.
oh, it was Muhammad
Yeah, it
Ali
was
that
Muhammad
started
Oh,
that
Ali
term.
used it first, but LL brought it into
He
the
popularized it to
into
yeah,
this
mainstream
millennium. Yeah,
culture.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
It was Muhammad Ali.
yeah,
Good stuff.
yeah.
So,
Do you guys
how's business
oh go
going?
ahead.
How's business going, Ty? Aside from what's like the state of retail right now, and being in the shop in Florence, and what was it like over the weekend, especially?
Oh my.
Oh, busy.
Yeah.
Busy
Mhm.
and really really good. I actually I told my husband I've been wanting to wrap my truck, and I'm
Oh,
like, I don't know, like, are we ready? Because, like, I mean, it's
advertisement.
already, yeah, it's already, going, much better than we probably
Hmm.
thought, um or
Anticipated,
whatnot,
yeah.
because I'll be at home, he'll be at home, and I'll be at the flea market, and I'm like, "Hey, babe, I got this order. Can you go ahead and start it?" Or
Uh-huh.
whatnot, and that just really makes it easy because
Hmm.
sometimes I can get
Yeah.
home, and if it's a basic stone where they're not putting a picture on there, like I can make that in an hour, just
Hmm.
putting the words on
Uh-huh.
there, put it on the machine, and it takes it, just depending on how many words, maybe an hour, maybe two, for it to
Mhm.
actually engrave it in there.
Yeah.
So I mean, really, really good. I wasn't even gonna come out to the flea market this weekend because I'm like, it's cold. I'm staying home. And of course, Mr.
Yeah.
Matt, like, come on, you
He was
already
there.
paid, so
Hmm.
come
He
on.
came back
And I
from Pigeon
actually done
Forge to
really
make it.
good.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
I
grabbed his
actually done
holiday
really
early.
good. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
people
And
are
I was
out
trying to
shopping. You
psych
don't
him
want to
to
miss it.
stay longer so we didn't have to go to the flea market on Saturday. But and I was like, we could just
Yeah.
go out Sunday, and then Sunday I thought it was gonna be colder than it was Saturday, but it actually wasn't. And so I
Hmm.
did, really good both days, as well as
Yeah.
Matt. Like, um,
Yeah. He
I
was
was
telling
even
us in
able
our
to help
family
make some
thread.
sales, for him as well as another
Yeah.
friend of ours out there, Bo. So it's
That's
really,
great.
really, really good. I think
That's good.
Matt done
Hmm.
more, better than he expected too.
Hmm.
Yeah. He was telling
But
us in our
yeah,
family thread he had a successful weekend.
That's good.
So
No,
it's
I
yes,
worth
think
it
it.
was, it was
I
really
think
good one.
retail
Yes,
is
it
coming
was.
back. I mean, because you worked in retail prior to this, just as Matt did and I did too. I
Yes,
think there was a few years where, retail was starting to go down because online was
yes,
becoming
Online
more.
shopping.
But I've noticed just in this past year or year and a half or so, even a lot of my friends that are still in retail and just even being out there myself this year, I'm noticing like this is not what it had been over the past few years. So I
yes,
think people are wanting to be back in the stores
And
and get things
there's an
physically.
energy.
Yeah,
There's an
instead of
energy that
just.
yes,
goes along with being out as opposed to just shopping, clicking around, scrolling on your
Mhm.
computer. You can actually go out and it's
right.
an energy associated with it. I think, but so that's great.
Good
Is
deal.
it her Matt got me spending my money 9 hours away?
That's all
So,
right.
We love it. Come
yeah.
on, come on.
Yeah, yeah, to get those holiday specials. So I guess we come to the conclusion. Go ahead and get the truck wrap. Is that what we say?
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
getting there. Unfortunately, I was in a car accident about actually, the Monday before Veterans Day.
Mm.
Okay.
When I get my new vehicle, because my truck was
Yeah.
totaled, and that's
Oh
the one
no.
that I was gonna get wrapped.
Mm.
So now I think I'm just gonna. I have a car that I bought to be a work vehicle, and I was letting my granddaughter's mom drive it for a while. But I think that that's what I'm gonna get wrapped because once I get my neutral. I don't think I want to wrap it
No,
yet,
don't
but
touch it.
eventually I
Yeah.
will.
Well, you can
I
start. You don't
will.
have to get the whole thing wrapped. You might could get just a little thing to put on the sides of it.
Yeah,
With
and I
your
and I
with
have
your
the clings for the sides. But I said,
mhm.
I know that I'm gonna go ahead and get my car wrapped.
Yeah. It's
And then
like having your own billboard, your
yeah,
own mobile
and I've
billboard
learned
going
how
through.
learn how to drive and
Uh
park
huh.
a trailer and move so
Mm.
back it up and all of that. So I'm like, maybe I'll just get me an enclosed trailer and pull behind and
And put
have
it
that
on.
wrapped.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
So
that would
yeah,
work too. That would just be on the days you're out and about with your business. Then maybe
yes,
see how the response to that goes, and then you go from there. That'll help you from jumping all the way in the deep end of the pool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yes.
got to put your foot in
I can
first, see what the
park
water
it,
be like.
I can park it sometimes,
Oh yeah,
different
yeah,
places
yeah.
and just because I've seen people do that. So that's something that, I'm like, hey, I can just park my trailer, make
That's
sure it's
true.
okay and,
Hmm.
still advertise, free advertising.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That just gets more eyes on the name
Yes,
and the phone
Hmm.
number. Yeah, that's great,
yes.
man. Well, anything else we need to cover that we haven't? We don't want to take up too much of your day and your lunchtime. I know you got some things going on, but we definitely don't want to leave any stones unturned. If you had something else you want to
Give
add
out
or
the phone
promo
number
you wanted
one
to do,
more time. Give out
the
the
phone
phone
number
number
one more time.
one more time.
Okay.
Yes. 803-397-7527.
That's it.
And you,
Contact Ty for all your needs, and we're gonna put it
yeah,
back up
and
there.
she ships.
Yeah, and she's shipping it
Yes.
too. You don't have to be in Florence or Columbia or
Nah, or
Elgin.
anywhere. Yeah. Lugoff,
Right.
Hmm.
Charleston. Let me stop.
Kershaw. Oh.
Yeah. Richburg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. Y'all be sure to follow her. Give her a call. Let her know what it is. Let her know what it is that you want, and you can have a custom design shipped
Hmm.
directly to your doorstep. Or you can catch her at the Florence Flea Market on Fridays and Saturdays. I think that
No,
address was
Saturdays and
4,000.
Sundays.
Saturday and
Excuse me,
Sundays.
Saturdays and Sundays, and that address was what 4001
4001.
Palmetto. I'm trying to find it again. I
4001
can't find it. I'm
Palmetto
scrolling.
Place. 4001 Palmetto Place, Florence.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Palmetto
And this has
Street.
been great.
East Palmetto Street.
Palmetto Street. Yeah. And before we leave, Ty, we always ask our guests before we close. Say we have somebody watching live or watching the replay, and they have a dream or a vision, or they have a gift or a passion, and they just don't know how to take that next step. What's a bit of advice you would love to leave with them to maybe give them a little nudge in that direction today?
I say you got to pour into yourself. You got to step out on faith. You got to do it, even if you don't just jump all the way out like I did. I
Uh-huh.
mean, you gotta pour into yourself. You gotta give yourself a chance. Just like you go and give it. Make money for other people. Make the money for yourself.
That's
Yeah,
right.
hey,
You,
that's a
you,
good way to
you just
that's a
gotta
good way to
trust.
put it. That's the
And
bottom
know
line.
that you can do it.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
can make money for other people, why not make money for
Why
Make
you?
it for
not?
yourself.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, if
Right.
you making it for other people, give yourself some. You gonna cook all this food and ain't gonna eat none?
And it ain't gonna be easy you ain't gonna make, 100,000 in the first week. So if you
Yeah,
make,
it's a process.
more than what it's a process. You got just like when you were a baby, you had to crawl before you start walking. It's the same process.
Yeah, and
You
you had to
can't
eat some of that
go in
Gerber
and
before.
say, right,
You had to
and you gotta
get cheap
spend money
steak.
to make money.
Yeah, you had to
So
eat some of them mashed up peas and
yeah,
stuff before you could
exactly.
chew. Hey, some of y'all remember your mother had to chew the food up and chew it up and
Give it
pass it
to
to
you.
you. Y'all,
Yeah.
y'all don't come from that school. I'm telling
Yes.
my age. Let me
Yes,
get
you
off
are.
here.
Okay.
Yeah. We want to thank everybody for hanging out with us today. Big shout to Miss Ty Oree. Shout out to my brother for recommending her to come have a chat with us today. It was a wonderful. It was great to get to know your story. Because you've been through a
Thank
lot.
you.
And as you
Oh
say,
yeah.
you don't look like you've been look like what you've been through. My
What you
mother
been
put up
through?
there,
No.
yeah, Romans 8:28, which to try to quote verbatim, all things work for the good of those that love Him, love the Lord, love God.
Yes.
You know, so that's all things good and all things bad. They
Yes.
all work together, you know, to get us to where we're going, man. And so yeah, and we're gonna ask you to stay on the line when we dismiss. And I think that's it. Famous, you got any
My phone
closing
might
words?
die because it's about
Oh, it might
there.
That's
die.
okay. We're good.
Oh,
We're done.
okay.
We're
Yeah.
done. We'll see y'all next week. We'll be back
Yeah.
next Tuesday, same time, 12 o'clock. Boom.
And real quick, Mellow Groove Duo will be at Courts, Cooks, and Books, CCB, Bistro, and Vine. Brandon and I, this Thursday, 5:30 to 8:30. We're going to dismiss before her phone dies. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all for hanging out. Thank you all. Shout out YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Someone says hello. Oh, James. What's up, James? Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving, came in late. You're good, James. The replay is available. We're going to probably go ahead and hop off because Ty's phone is about to die. Matt, thank you. Mom, Dad, Aunt Flo, love y'all. We'll see y'all next Tuesday. Peace. Stay on.